For entrepreneurs, navigating your way to business success can be both exhilarating and exhausting. Whether you're changing locations, expanding, or leveling up production, wouldn't it be nice to have a business coach ride along with you on the journey? Well, buckle up. This is Business Ride Along.
With the move to the Agri Center completed, the KUDZUKIAN team is ready to get back to business. Bigger studios, more equipment, and new personnel will allow the team to enhance their sound. There are 20 plus podcasts under the KUDZUKIAN umbrella, and they are ready to get back to doing what they do best.
Okay, next session. And what we're going to do in this session, this strategy session, is take what we've already accomplished. So let's talk about what we've accomplished. We've got core purpose, core values, core customer, brand promise. That's the core of the business. That's the strategy. Now what we're going to do is, knowing that we've defined that, we're going to forecast out 3 years with the assumption that we're going to make the proper investments along the way to get there. Now that's called a 3-HAG, a 3-year highly achievable goal. And we've got a cross-section of people here from sales, production, marketing, and whatever. And you all know how much work you can do if you're living those things. So what these items are, events, podcasts, video production, and others, are what are often called the X's or the widgets or the units.
Is that the saying?
Yeah, it's the transactions of business that you want to have more of, that you can multiply, and they drive the growth. If we multiply this over 3 years, the rest of the things you do will take care of itself and come along with it, and you might possibly find brand new categories. What we want to do is, I want you to build this out to how many you're going to do in this year. Don't worry about price, don't worry about expense, just how many can we do? Most companies forecast by going from revenue and say, okay, next year we need this much revenue, and next year we need this much revenue, and this much, and then they go down and say, well, to do that we got to get this. I'm flipping that around. You know what it takes to do these. Let's forecast that out and then determine the financial number. And guess what? Usually when it's done this way, it's a bigger forecast than this. So I'm turning over this session to you guys because you know how, at this point, you know how to do all these things. You know the dynamics of doing it. You got to talk and decide and figure it out. And it's not a simple process. You're going to have to argue with each other. This is the time to argue transparently, completely, and without fear of being judged. Okay? So I'm going to hand this to Joy. So you write the numbers down. Okay. And you lead this. Okay? Come on up.
Creating a 3-HAG, a 3-year highly achievable goal, is important because it becomes the clear picture of what the team says it can achieve. It's not a pie-in-the-sky long-term goal because it's closer to the reality of right now. You can actually see it and then predict what you will need to do better and differently to get there. It forces you to face your limitations and multiply your advantages to reach it.
I like to believe that we could at least double that number.
That's what I was thinking. Because I think we're on a good track for that now with what we've done so far.
Yeah.
And what's coming up.
It also forces two conflicting tensions within a company, sales and production, to come to agreement on what they need to be working on together to succeed. There is supposed to be tension between sales and production. They are supposed to be arguing with each other. Setting a 3-HAG forces that argument and forces them to come to terms with each other.
But before we commit to 16 events, what about capacity? Do we have the capacity? Because that's more than one event a month, or more than one a month.
We have the
So
capacity to do
We have the
16.
capacity. I definitely believe we got the capacity.
All right.
Yeah.
When I handed the marker over to Joy, I had great confidence in the KUDZUKIAN team, though they might not have felt the same way. The discussion went pretty much as I anticipated, tentative at first, but as they proceeded through the exercise, they gained confidence in themselves to figure it out. Everyone contributed their 10 cents worth, and they created a great 3-HAG.
But the good thing is, it's more revenue generating
Profitable
shows.
versus.
For the ones we're dropping,
Right.
we're going to be picking up ones that are generating money.
Right.
Theoretically, yes.
Usually, the leader of the company works from the financial goals and then brings it to the people doing the work and tells them what they have to deliver to achieve it. That's backwards, actually. It's top-down and controlling and implies the team doesn't know what to do. This team knows what it can accomplish, and the process we followed empowered them to figure it out. They did, and KUDZUKIAN will be better for it. They set their eyes on a goal that they were creating, and most likely they will go beyond it.
Video production.
I see that's gonna be somewhere around 25, 30.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, capacity-wise, I don't even know if we would be able to handle 25 or 30.
I mean,
That's like-
I would probably say double it to 16.
That's too low.
You think that's too low?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I think that's too low, but I feel like 30 is too high.
24, 25.
maybe around 25.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that two? So that's technically about 2 a month.
2 a month.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Yeah, I think
that's
doable.
doable.
I think that's doable.
24.
doable.
The next step will be to again get the entire team talking to each other and deciding the moves they need to make to bridge the gap between now and the 3-HAG.
So today, we had our meeting about our business growth, trying to map out the next 3 years in terms of our event, podcast, video production, and other things, how much we are planning on growing those areas in the next 3 years. My biggest takeaway and concern from the meeting was our video production projections that we made for the next 3 years. A whole bunch of things have to happen for us to meet that goal. So that's my biggest concern and takeaway. But, you know, I'm optimistic. Just a little concerned about that one part, but hopefully we'll be okay.
Hi, Michael Synk here. If our show, Business Ride Along, is opening your eyes to how you can grow your business, I invite you to enroll in the School of Rock and Sand. All the key concepts, exercises, worksheets that Larry and I work through, core values, core customers, brand promise, meeting rhythm, and more, are available in a convenient, self-paced class. And if you want me to ride along with you as you work your way through them, you can upgrade and get me for one-on-one coaching. I'm pleased to offer Business Ride Along fans a special offer, 10% off your enrollment in the School of Rock and Sand. To take advantage of this special offer, visit rockandsand.com/ridealong. Again, that's rock, the letter N, sand.com/ridealong. Hope to see you soon. Now, let's get back to the business ride along.
Any new space comes with its challenges, but the team is up to the task and is ready to make great audio and video content. Even now, they begin to think about the future of KUDZUKIAN and where they plan to take their talents. That's where Mike Synk steps in. He helps the team think long-term.
All right, there's some homework that needs to be done, Larry, in the next week. One, you need to sleep on this, okay? This is not written in stone. Right now, all of you got to sleep on this and kind of do a mental reality check. Can we really do this? Now, going into our next planning session, what we've got to do is start thinking strategically about how we're going to get there. That's going to open the door to really deciding the rocks you're going to move every quarter that's going to build this up. So here's the thing. What got you here isn't the way you're going to get here. So the thought process I want to leave you with is this, and be thinking about this for the next session. What will have to be different to fill the gap?
One thing I can say beyond a shadow of a doubt is that Rockin' Sand and Mike Synk have helped KUDZUKIAN keep the main thing the main thing. So sometimes you could lose focus, especially with a big move like we've made. But by having those processes in place and having the right structure in place, we've been able to continue to build on our business, and while we made this move, still grow the business. So Mike and Rockin' Sand has been invaluable, and I wouldn't want to think about making the move to Agri-Center without him.
KUDZUKIAN. Check out all your KUDZUKIAN favorites now. Download the KUDZUKIAN app, available on Android and iOS.